Sonic's Green Hills Adventures Season 1 Chapter 10, The Journey to the City. Tom's point of view.
I was driving home now, but I agreed that Friday will be the day of Jessica's trial. Now for the hard part of tonight, telling Sonic that he needs to come to the trial. I don't upset him, but it's important that he's there. I just hope he agrees easily. It would be such a relief. I then parked the truck and went inside. "Hey Daddy, Sonic, I'm home," I announced as I walked into the house.
Hey Tom, how did everything go today?
May asked me as she hugged me. It went well. We agreed that Jessica's trial will be Friday, but I'll be taking Jessica there tomorrow. I replied confidently.
Alright Tom, what else is there? Because I sense a however coming from a mile away.
Maddie asked me suspiciously. Well, there's something I need to ask of Sonic. And it's something he's most likely not gonna like at all, but I have to. I said cautiously because I was worried on how she'll react.
Oh, I see. Do you want me to go with you?
Maddie asked me sweetly in concern. No, I'll be fine, I told Maddie reassuringly. Then I went to find Sonic. Hey Sonic, where are you? There's something I need to talk to you about. I called out to Sonic as I was looking for him.
I'm in my cave, Donut Lord.
Sonic replied as I happened to be walking near the attic door. So I opened the door and climbed in Sonic's cave.
Hey, Donut Lord, so what is it you need to talk to me about?
Sonic asked cautiously. I could tell he was nervous about the topic of this conversation. Funnily enough, so was I. Sonic, it's about Jessica's trial. It's happening tomorrow, and I need to come with me to testify. I explained cautiously, hoping I didn't make him upset.
Oh, well, of course I'll do it. I don't like it, but it has to be done.
Sonic replied seriously, interfering his large eyes, eyeing him comfortingly. In fact, Sonic, so tomorrow we'll be going out of town to go to the courthouse. The good news is that everyone who's going to be at the trial knows about you already and swore to keep you a secret. I explained reassuringly.
Cool. Well, one more question. Who is taking Jessica to the courthouse? Because I know someone has to.
Sonic asked nervously. I replied as cautiously as I could, so I would accidentally upset him.
Oh, that makes sense. I just hope the drive there will be pleasant, and maybe I can show her what I'm really like. She'll still serve her punishment, but at least with that she'll be nice when her time is done.
Sonic said confidently as that brilliant view came to his head. That's brilliant, Sonic. I wish you luck with that plan. I told Sonic as I hugged him happily. Then we ended the hug. So how about we go downstairs and have dinner? I asked happily, knowing the conversation went a lot better than I expected.
Yeah, I'm starving, Donut Lord.
Sonic said excitedly. Then he zipped downstairs as I followed him.
So how did the talk go, Tom?
Maddie asked me curiously as we saw Sonic waiting patiently at the table. It went well. He didn't come up to make a ride. Since Jessica will be with us, more pleasant. He will show her that he's a wonderful kid. He thinks that it will also make her inevitable return to school better. I explained reassuringly.
That's great. I hope it works.
Maddie said in agreement as she prepared to take dinner to the table. And we went over to the table.
Sonic's point of view.
When Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady came over to the table with dinner, I saw that it was chili dogs. Oh my gosh, my favorite. Thanks, Pretzel Lady, you're awesome. I told Pretzel Lady gratefully as I picked one up.
You're welcome, Sonic. You deserve it for being a wonderful blue devil.
Pretzel Lady said as she winked at me playfully. Good one, Pretzel Lady, I said before taking a bite. Then I took it and it was the best chili dog yet. I'm so good, I mumbled as I continued to eat it. Oh, I just realized that I need to text Marina so she can tell the others I won't be at school for the next 2 days. I told them as I got my phone out and texted Marina just then.
Good thinking, Sonic.
Donut Lord said in agreement. So what time are we leaving the house, Donut Lord? I asked curiously as I put my phone away.
8 o'clock in the morning, so we can get there before dinner.
Donut Lord replied simply. All right, well, I'll make sure I'm well rested for tomorrow then. I told Donut Lord as I...
The next morning, Sonic woke up at 6:50 in the morning, stretching, feeling very well rested.
Well, I better do one last run around Green Hills before I hit the road with Donut Lord and Jessica.
Sonic told himself as he got his shoes and gloves on. He then ran through town with a smile on his face, laughing along the way. He then stopped in front of the sheriff's station. Puff.
Oh, Jessica, why did it have to come to this?
Sonic asked as he stared at the station sorrowfully. Then he shook it off and headed back home. Then he went downstairs to see Tom and Maddie in the kitchen.
Hi, Sonic. How are you this morning?
Tom asked happily as Sonic walked over to the dining table.
I'm doing great. Just went for a run around town. It was very refreshing.
Sonic replied energetically as usual.
That's good, because we have a long drive ahead of us. Thankfully, it's not as long as our journey was to San Francisco.
Tom said happily as they began to eat breakfast.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Sonic said in agreement. After breakfast, Tom and Sonic went to the sheriff's station to pick up Jessica.
All right, Jessica, it's time to go.
Tom told Jessica as he unlocked her cell. Meanwhile, Sonic was waiting by the entrance.
Let's just get this over with.
Jessica exclaimed as she followed Tom. Jessica's point of view.
When we got to the entrance, I was furious as I saw who was waiting there. What are you doing here? I exclaimed angrily.
I have to speak in court at the trial tomorrow since I was the victim.
Sonic said seriously. I couldn't believe that I was going to be in a car with Sonic. It was going to be the worst day ever.
Well, we better hit the road.
Sonic said excitedly as he headed for the truck. How can he be serious and turn to casually excited so quickly? I'll never know. So I begrudgingly got into the back seat, while Sonic took the passenger seat.
Sonic's point of view.
10 minutes after we passed the Welcome to Green Hill sign, I looked over at Jessica. You know, Jessica, this is just like when I first met Donut Lord. During the trip to San Francisco, I said, hoping to start up a friendly conversation.
Oh, really?
Jessica asked with angry curiosity. Yep, I'm guessing you don't know all the details of that trip, right? I asked as I realized that most don't know the full details of the trip before Eggman arrived in Green Hills that night.
Well done. I thought that would be obvious.
Jessica exclaimed hostilely as she rolled her eyes. Well, when the government took interest in the blackout and what caused it, they sent Eggman to investigate. That's when I knew I had to leave Earth, but they were so close to the cave I lived in before meeting Donut Lord that I had to go somewhere else to use my ring to go to the Mushroom Planet. And the only place I could think of was Donut Lord's house, so I snuck into his garage but accidentally made noise, which got Donut Lord's attention. He came barging in before I could throw the ring and accidentally shot me with a tranquilizer dart. As I was getting dizzy and passing out, I dropped the ring and thought of San Francisco, thanks to his skin-tight shirt. So the ring opened a portal to San Francisco and I dropped my bag of rings in there as I collapsed on the ground. I explained to Jessica in the best way I could. That would make sense to her.
So let me get this straight. You needed to go to San Francisco to get your rings and travel to the Mushroom Planet to be safe from the government.
Jessica asked in confusion and disbelief. Yep, the other reason I needed to go to the Mushroom Planet was so that everyone would no longer be in danger because of me. I had that realization when Longclaw was shot with an arrow when she was flying to get me away from these power-hungry bad guys are the very ones who forced me from my home. I replied seriously.
Well, that's wrong.
Jessica commented, and I could tell that she wasn't sure how to feel about it. You should have seen what happened when I started the bar fight. Am I right, Donut Lord? I said as I laughed and playfully punched Donut Lord in the arm.
In Tom's.
Donut Lord said as he began to laugh along with me.
Wait, hold on. What are you two talking about?
Jessica asked us, as she got our attention back in confusion. Well, we made a stop at the gas station so that Donut Lord could check on Wade. While he was doing that, I saw a bar on the other side of the street. It looked so cool and fun that I couldn't resist, so I disguised myself with things that were in the car and went in. That's where I made my official bucket list. Then Donut Lord and I bucklisted together. That's when these thugs came up to us saying that they don't like hipsters around there. And that's where the bar fight started. And this is the best part. A little after it started, I decided to prank everybody using my speed, as well as get Donut Lord out of the line of danger. When I was done, everyone collapsed, and the thug that called us hipsters crushed her, oh no, like a bull in a bullfight. I explained to Jessica as I...
Well, I would love to see that.
Jessica said in astonishment, yet with a hint of disappointment that she didn't get to witness that. Well, maybe they'll make a movie about me and my first adventure with Donut Lord, and they'll even have a star in it, especially me, I said enthusiastically.
That would be awesome, buddy.
Donut Lord said in agreement.
30 minutes later, they stopped for lunch.
So you have that disguise that you were when you went into the bar with your Sonic.
Tom asked seriously as he parked in the parking lot of Olive Garden.
I sure do.
Sonic said confidently as he pulled out the disguise and put it on.
Well, I feel like I'm an episode of Looney Tunes.
Jessica explained as she giggled.
I'll take that as a compliment because I'm one extremely handsome package.
Sonic said confidently as they got out of the truck.
Well, Olive Garden, the best Italian restaurant ever.
Sonic said when he realized where they were having lunch at.
Yep, it's been a while, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to take you.
Tom explained as they entered the restaurant.
Oh, we need a table for 3.
Tom said enthusiastically to the waitress.
Right this way, sir.
The waitress said as she led them to a table. Then they all ordered lasagna.
All right, I will be back with your order.
The waitress said before leaving to give the order to the chef. Then Sonic's phone rang.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Sonic said as he took out his phone.
Oh, it's Marina. Is it a good time, Donut Lord?
Sonic asked quickly, to which Tom nodded.
Hey, Marina, what's up?
Sonic asked once he answered the phone.
Hey, Sonic, I'm on speakerphone because Crystal and Joy are here too.
Marina said excitedly.
Hi, Sonic. I just wanted to say hi.
Crystal said happily.
Hey, dude!
Joy said enthusiastically.
Hey, guys, it's good to hear your voices.
Sonic told them happily.
Anyway, we called because of your text from last night, so where exactly are you because it was really vague.
Marina asked Sonic, full of worry and confusion.
Oh, sorry about being too vague or that it worried you. Well, me, Donut Lord, and Jessica are on our way to the courthouse for Jessica's trial that's happening tomorrow. But as for at the moment, we're having lunch at Olive Garden.
Sonic explained apologetically.
Oh, that's all right, Sonic. However, so Jessica is sitting in the same car as you. How is that going?
Crystal said nervously.
It's going fine, actually. We were having casual conversations about my misadventures.
Sonic replied reassuringly.
Really? That's a pleasant surprise. So are you nervous about tomorrow?
Joy asked cautiously.
A little. After all, this is not happening in Green Hills, where everyone knows about me and are okay with me.
Sonic replied nervously.
Wait, so how are you going to speak in court if they can't know about you?
Marina asked as she started to panic.
But calm down, Marina. Everyone's going to be in that courtroom tomorrow, swear to secrecy when it comes to me.
Sonic replied reassuringly and Marina started to calm down.
Well, we wish you the best of luck tomorrow.
Marina, Crystal, and Joy said in sync.
Thanks, guys. We'll need it.
Sonic said confidently before hanging up. 20 minutes later, the waitress returned with their meals.
How do you go, guys? Enjoy?
The waitress said enthusiastically as she placed the lasagna in front of each of them.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sonic said politely.
It's amazing, Donut Lord. Thanks for this.
Sonic said happily as he ate.
No problem, buddy.
Tom replied sweetly. Jessica's point of view.
While Sonic and Tim were talking, I was lost in thought as I. Why does Tom seem so happy to be around Sonic? It doesn't make sense to me. How did I get invested in his stories back in the car? What is wrong with me? I don't know what to think anymore because now I kind of proof of him hiding from the government, which is scoring me since all my life I was told and knew that running from the law like that was.
Hey, Jessica, you have been awfully quiet. Are you okay? You can tell us what's wrong if you need to.
Sonic asked me in genuine concern, which made my thoughts even more confusing. I'm fine, I just got a lot on my mind. I think I'm questioning myself. I said not knowing why I replayed in the first place.
What do I know that feels, Jessica? When I left Mobius, I spent those 10 years remembering and believing in Longclaw's last words, never stop running, but when I was in the mall after the bar fight, I started to have hope that I could have a life here, but then I reminded myself that I couldn't because as long as I was here, I put everyone in danger. I couldn't do that to Donut Lord nor anyone else. But now that Edmund is gone, I know I have a life here and that I can finally stop running.
Sonic clinged to me as he put a hand on my shoulder. I couldn't believe that I didn't stop him from doing that, but at the same time I wanted that comfort and realized what a selfless guy he is. How are you still completely sane when you have that tragedy and with 10 years of isolation added on top of that? I asked, wanting to understand how he's this optimistic.
I have psychological damage. I get nightmares sometimes. In fact, just last Saturday, I had one, though it didn't start that way.
Sonic grappled sadly with his ears flat against his head. What do you mean? I don't get it. I asked courteously, for I was downright confused.
Well, it started like this. I was back on Mobius when I saw Longclaw. I immediately ran up to her and hugged her with tears of joy and relief in my eyes. You see, before this dream turned nightmare, I assumed that the bad guys killed Longclaw after the portal to Earth closed to me, that we would be reunited one day. That's when the nightmare started. The same power-hungry bad guys came after me with their bows and arrows. I saw that I had my rings with me, so I used one to get away. When I got to the other side, I was back in San Francisco and saw Edmund aiming his weapons at Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady. I activated my electricity power as I jumped over to save them, but it was too late. That's when I woke up.
Sonic told me as tears formed in his eyes. For some reason, this felt different than the other times I saw him cry. Maybe it's because he was shaking and trembling in fear of the nightmare. And I'll admit that sounds terrifying. That's one intense nightmare, was all I could say.
Yeah, but thanks to Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady, I was able to go back to sleep at night.
Sonic said as he recovered and wiped his tears away. This was getting too much for me, and now I really feel conflicted. We were silent as we finished our lunch.
Well, guys, let's get back on the road.
Tim instructed as we left Olive Garden.
Well, that was delicious. Thanks, Donut Lord.
Sonic said as Tim drove away.
You're welcome, Sonic.
Tim said as he rubbed Sonic's quills. The way Sonic was grateful for food was way more extreme than any normal person, and again he had to forage for a whole decade, so I know it should be accepted that he doesn't take anything for granted. So how close are we to the city anyway? I asked curiously.
At least 2 hours away from now.
Tim replied casually.
Sonic then remembered something, so he took out his phone and called Marina.
Hey, Sonic, what's up?
Marina asked as soon as she picked up.
Hi, Marina. I was just wondering if we could plan out a date for that movie marathon weekend.
Sonic asked curiously.
You sure we'll do it next weekend? Sound good to you?
Marina suggested happily.
Sure, that's perfect, Marina. Well, we're 2 hours away from the city. In case you were wondering, the ride has gone very smoothly.
Sonic said excitedly.
Well, that's good. Well, I gotta go by.
Marnia said as she hung up.
So what did she say?
Tom asked curiously.
It's going to be next weekend.
Sonic replied happily.
That sounds like a great plan, Sonic.
Tom said sweetly. Jessica's point of view.
So what is this movie marathon weekend you're talking about, Sonic? I asked courteously.
My friends plan to show me their favorite movies, since I haven't seen them yet.
Sonic said excitedly. Oh, how interesting. Do you know what movies they are going to show you? I asked curiously, for I realized he missed out some amazing movies thanks to his isolation.
Daft Coco and it's the Lost Empire and Kobo and the Two Strings.
Sonic replied happily. Oh, well, those are great choices, I said in approval. I couldn't help myself when movies as great as those are in any conversation.
Now they had
Now, Sonic, I need you to put your disguise back on until we are inside a hotel room.
Tom instructed seriously as he was on the lookout for a hotel.
I'm way ahead of you, Donut Lord.
Sonic said enthusiastically as he was already in it.
So, quick question, what time do we need to get up tomorrow?
Jessica asked cautiously.
We'll need to be ready to leave by 9 o'clock.
Tom replied as he pulled into a hotel parking lot.
All right then.
Jessica said simply as they got out of the car.
Need a room for 3?
Tom asked the doorman.
Well, all right, here you go.
The doorman said as he handed the door key to Tom.
All right, guys, look for room 116.
Tom told Sonic and Jessica as they went to look for their room. 5 minutes later, they entered the room.
So what are we doing for dinner, Tom?
Jessica asked curiously.
There's a restaurant across the street that we're going to.
Tom replied casually. Then they looked around the room. It had 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. One bedroom had 2 beds, while the other bedroom had 1 bed.
As for sleeping arrangements, Jessica, you get the single bedroom and me and Sonic get the one.
Tom said seriously as he sat on the bed on the left, while Sonic sat on the right.
So what are we gonna do until dinner?
Sonic asked energetically.
Why, you really are full of endless energy, aren't you?
Jessica asked as she giggled in surprising amusement.
Well, pretty much, but if I stay up too late, I go out like a light. Well, at least that's how Donut Lord describes it.
Sonic replied happily.
Well, let's just relax, since we're stuck in a car for over half a day.
Tom replied as he lay back onto the bed and turned on the TV and looked through channels.
Well, today was just full of digital Donut Lord.
Sonic said dreamily as he looked back on the San Francisco adventure.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tom replied with a small chuckle.
I'm going to take a nap. Wake me up when it's time to go to dinner, okay?
Jessica said as she began to head to the other room.
Or Jessica, I will.
Tom replied as he found something to watch. Sonic's point of view.
2.5 hours later, Donut Lord turned off the TV and went to go wake Jessica. Well, I better get my disguise on, I said excitedly as I put it on, 'cause Meadow was starving and more than ready for dinner. Then Donut Lord came back with Jessica.
I see you're excited for dinner as usual, but
Donut Lord asked me playfully. Don't you know it, Donut Lord? Let's go, I exclaimed happily. Then we walked across the street and saw that it was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
well, I love this place. Trust me, their famous bowl is awesome.
Donut Lord said as we walked in. Oh, and what makes it so awesome, Tom? I asked curiously in excitement. I also called him by his real name, so it would be less conspicuous.
It's like all their menu items all mixed together in one bowl.
Donut Lord said enthusiastically. It felt strange, the way he was showing his happiness. Tom, you seem abnormally excited. Are you okay? I asked with a nervous smile.
I'm sorry, it's just been a long time since I had Kentucky Fried Chicken, especially their famous bowl.
Donut Lord replied with a nervous laugh as he rubbed the back of his neck in embarrassment. Oh, I understand, Tom. I was just not expecting that. And man, that does sound delicious, I told Donut Lord reassuringly.
Yeah, I agree, Tom, they are delicious.
Jessica exclaimed in agreement. I'm so glad my plan to bond with her was working out perfectly.
We would like 3 famous bowls, please.
Donut Lord asked as he pulled out his wallet.
That'll be $9, sir.
The cashier replied as Donut Lord gave him the money. Then we went over to a table while waiting for our order to be ready. So, Jessica, how was your nap? I asked curiously, for I wanted to continue with my plan while waiting.
It was very nice.
Jessica replied contentedly. Then we were notified that our meal was ready. And man, was it delicious. Well, this is so fantastic, Tom and Jessica, I exclaimed happily.
She told ya.
Donut Lord and Jessica said boastfully in sync, which made... After dinner, we went back to the hotel room.
Well, I'm gonna take a quick shower.
Jessica said as she grabbed 2 towels and headed to the bathroom, so I took the opportunity to have a private conversation with Donut Lord. Well, Donut Lord, I can officially say that my plan was a success. I told Donut Lord victoriously as I took off my disguise and sat on my bed.
That's great, and I'm happy that you had fun today.
Donut Lord said as he lounged on his bed. I think I should call Pretzel Lady to give her an update on things. I said as I took out my phone.
Okay, and tell her I said hi.
Donut Lord said enthusiastically. Will do, Donut Lord, I said before calling Pretzel Lady.
Hey, Sonic, so how did everything go today?
Pretzel Lady asked me as soon as she answered the phone. Hi, Pretzel Lady. First of all, Donut Lord, say hi. Second, it was great. We had Olive Garden for lunch and for dinner. My plan to prove to Jessica that the things the government thinks I'm wrong was more than successful. We had a lot of fun today, in fact. I even got her to laugh genuinely, I told Pretzel Lady energetically.
Well, that's wonderful, Sonic. I wish you 3 good luck.
Pretzel Lady said happily. Well, I have to get some sleep. Bye, Pretzel Lady, I said tiredly before I hung up. Well, I'm going to bed, Donut Lord, so good night, I said as I took off my shoes and gloves.
All right, good night, buddy.
Donut Lord said as I got in bed and started to fall asleep.